Vijana wangu, shukeni kutoka kwenye hayo mabati. Sio salama kwenu. Jamani, mbona hamshuki? Nimesema ni hatari.
Mama, umekuwa ukisema hivyo kwa miaka mingi sasa.
Mabati ya Maisha Alozinc hudumu kwa muda mrefu yakilinganishwa na mabati ya kawaida. Maisha Mabati Mills inatoa suluhisho kamili unapotaka kuwekeza mabati kote nchini Kenya. Ni mabati yaliyo na rangi na yametengenezwa na aluminium na zinc kuyawezesha kudumu na yana maumbo na manufaa tofauti. Nunua Maisha Mabati leo kwani hudumu.
Welcome to Herencia, the heartland of good living, where you belong. A community with endless possibilities. Your path to discovering a master planned gated community that matches your ambitions. Get yourself this must-have piece of paradise with state-of-the-art amenities, constant water supply, good security, tarmac roads and much more from as low as 3.5 million. The best part, availability of buy and build financing services. Don't wait. Contact us today or visit our offices for more info. Buy and build your way at Herencia, the heartland of good living.
Niko, tuchomoke. Niko. Ni nini sura? Stress niya? Ujaona hii public notice? Public notice gani? Bro, hujasoma hii public notice? Unakumbuka ile insurance cover nilichukua? Hiyo kampuni ya bima imefungwa bana. No. Serious. Ona. Na vile niko na claim na wao. Usipanic. Policy Holders Compensation Fund, PCF, ni agency ya gava yenye ilibuniwa ili kucompensate mtu yeyote mwenye ako na insurance claim kwa kampuni ya bima ambayo imefungwa. For real? Yes. And what's the process? Enda kwa website ya PCF. Fata hiyo procedure ya claim vile iko kwa website yao. Step by step. Mpaka mwisho and you are sorted.
Policyholder Compensation Fund will work with you hadi siku utakuwa compensated. Kumbuka, PCF is the only insurance guarantee scheme in Africa. PCF, thamana ya bima yako.
Are you a proud alumni of the prestigious University of Nairobi? Are you ready to make a difference that lasts a lifetime? Then join us for the University of Nairobi Alumni Association Walk.
On the 4th of May, the University of Nairobi alumni are going to be walking in order to support scholarships and sponsorships for other students. We want you to be there. We'd be happy to see you there.
This is indeed a walk for a brighter future. Every stride raises funds for the Alumni Scholarship Fund, a beacon of hope for deserving students in need.
This is NTV.
Well, hello there. A very good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us. You're watching NTV tonight, this 23rd of April 2024. We have all the stories making headlines across the country and beyond. But let's begin with the highlights.
Tonight.
Watoto wangu walikuwa wameniambia, mama, sisi tukisoma tutakupeleka kiango kingine, utakuwa tena na taabu.
Too heavy a loss. Baringo family loses 4 members in a boat tragedy. 3 are sisters. Also tonight,
and exactly it's the same date we passed on. That is supposed to have been our anniversary.
Colonel Duncan Keitani's family turned merry plans to funeral arrangements. Nora Keitani mourns her philanthropic husband who died in the KDF chopper crash. Plus,
jana kitu 6:40 hapo kijana alikuja akiwa anakimbia akanjirusha kwa maji na akipiga kelele na akanjirusha kwa maji na hakupatikana hadi kwa sasa kwa maji na juzi tu wengine walikuwa kwa wawili ndani.
1, 2 and another. 3 people drown in a swamp in Maua town as torrential rains cause havoc in many parts of the country. Plus,
amefanywa surgery mingi sana kama 6 bila kukua successful.
More than just mothers. The story of women caring for children living with ostomy on the Heartbeat tonight.
Live from Nation Center, this is NTV Tonight with Zainab Ismail.
Well, thank you once again for joining us. On the sign language interpretation beat is David Agundoa. Well, a family in Marigat, Baringo County is in mourning after they lost 4 people, among them 3 sisters, in the Sunday boat tragedy in Lake Baringo that killed 7 people. The 7 were among 23 others crossing the hippos and crocodiles-infested lake to Kokwa Island when their boat capsized. Well, the search for the missing bodies ended today after divers found their remains near the island. NTV's Ruth Sarmoy has more.
Oldepe Isinya village in Ilchamos ward, Baringo County, was thrown into mourning following the death of 4 children who perished in the Sunday boat accident that killed 7 people in Lake Baringo. Jen Lekikenyi was overwhelmed by grief after losing her daughters, Ruth, Martha and Abigail, in the dreadful accident. Jen also lost her younger brother, Dennis Lekikenyi.
Nilikuwa na usuto sana na usuni kwa moyo wangu. Kwa sababu watoto wangu walikuwa wameniambia, mama, sisi tukisoma tutakupeleka kiango kingine, utakuwa tena na taabu. Kwa sababu mimi nilikuwa nategemea hao watoto, sina mtu wa kutegemea ila ni hao watoto wangu.
Kupoteza mtoto mmoja ni shida. Sasa imagine unapoteza watoto 4 safari moja. Naomba tu wasaidie kwa namna yote.
Mourners thronged the home of the deceased to comfort the family after the multi-agency unit ended their search after 6 bodies were retrieved this morning.
Tunaona ni mzigo sana. Kwa hivyo tulikuwa tunauliza msaada kwa serikali watupatie nguvu hii kazi iwezekane kufanyika.
Mshtuko kubwa sana kwa watoto vile shida lituingilia.
The 4 were among 7 Form 4 and Grade 8 students who drowned in the middle of Lake Baringo after their boat's propeller was tangled by an abandoned fishing net, capsizing their boat. 16 students were rescued by a nearby boat. The students were going to attend a church service in Kokwa Island.
The boat was carrying 23 people on board, of which the boat was supposed to be carrying about 8 to 10 people maximum. I'd like to call upon the beach management unit and the people of the Boat Owners Association to enforce the regulations and laws to be carrying the right number of people.
Ruth Sarmoy, NTV.
Really unfortunate. Our condolence to that family and the rest of the families that have lost their loved ones in that tragic accident. Well, a widow of Colonel Duncan Keitani, one of the KDF officers who died in the chopper crash last week, says she lost her best friend and the source of her laughter. Nora Keitani also revealed to NTV that her husband died on the day of their wedding anniversary. Brian Mushiri was at her Rongai home today and filed the following report.
In their house in Rongai, Kajiado County, the family of Colonel Duncan Keitani is hosting droves of people who have come to condole with them. His widow, Nora Chebet, is receiving everyone who walks through the main gate. She says she has lost her best friend of 29 years. Worse still, he died on the same day as their wedding anniversary on the 18th of April.
We did our marriage on 18th of April 1995. And exactly it's the same date he passed on. That is supposed to have been our anniversary. We have been married for 29 years. So I can say like it has been a journey and I really thank God. At times you don't want to believe.
She says that during that fateful day, she was out on a medical drive out of town and had no clue of the accident. She says that her husband was too philanthropic, most times even shelving his own needs at the expense of other people.
We felt like we need to extend that hand. The way we were supporting others, and we feel like we don't want that dream to die. There are many things that he really wanted to accomplish.
His daughter, even though beaten down by the death, says she is happy to have experienced a father's love.
Unfortunately, those were the news that were given to us. It was so hard. I couldn't believe it. Because I knew he was going to come home that night. The previous day we had there were so many things that weren't in the house at that time. So in the morning on Thursday, he had left with all the water bottles, all the milk bottles. We just knew he was coming back home.
Colonel Keitanyi has left behind a widow and 4 children. His family says that they are satisfied by the manner in which the government and particularly the forces have handled the situation thus far. Colonel Keitanyi will be buried at his home in Eldalma Ravine on Saturday with a requiem mass slated for Friday. Elsewhere, the Azimio la Umoja coalition has called on the government to speed up the investigation on the KDF chopper crash that claimed 10 officers, including the Chief of Defense Forces. The coalition wants the parliamentary inquiry to look into the tragedy.
The PG called for a judicial inquest into the accident and the death as opposed to mere investigation led by the military that is close to civilians. We also demand that families of the victims be independently represented in the investigation and inquest.
Brian Mushiri, NTV, Nairobi.
And now county governments have threatened to take unspecified action against all striking doctors in the country as the Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists and Dentists Union has refused to bend following the pending issue of the posting of interns. After a series of talks between the union and the government, the doctors say it is their right to protect the vulnerable and will not agree to the 91% pay cut for medical interns. The government says it cannot deliberate on the matter as it is still in court. On their end, the doctors say their strike is still on until that pertinent issue is resolved. Further, the Cabinet Secretary for Public Service, Moses Kuria, has also threatened not to pay the striking doctors and to reverse the employment terms from permanent and pensionable to contracts.
Pesa taslimu shilingi bilioni 6.1 zimepeanwa kwa madaktari. Kwa hivyo hilo jambo ambalo 5 halijatatuliwa sio kwa sababu serikali haitaki kutatua. Ni kwa sababu kuna kesi kotini ambayo imesema hilo jambo lisubiri.
The counties have agreed unanimously that they will take whatever necessary action that is required to stop the sufferings of Kenyans.
Meanwhile, 3 people have died as a result of torrential rains in Maua in Meru County as floods continue to cause destruction in various parts of the country that are experiencing the heavy rainfall. Fatma Bugu has more.
2 days after a rescuer died while trying to recover a body of a man who drowned in a swamp in Maua town, another man has drowned in the same swamp, bringing the death toll to 3 in a span of 4 days.
Jamaa alitoka pande hii ya juu akiwa anatoroka kuja na kujirusha hapo kwa maji.
Na juzi kuna watu wengine wawili walikuwa wametolewa hapa.
Firefighters emergency team from the county has been leading the rescue operations, with the residents claiming the deadly swamp always escalates during the rainy season, and more than 20 deaths have occurred due to increased water levels.
Watu wa simamoto walikuja na walijaribu na wakashindwa. So tunaomba, kutoka jana hakuna kazi tumeweza kufanya. Tumelala hapa, tumeshinda hapa, leo ni siku ya pili.
In Nairobi, several roads across the city have been rendered impassable, with various bridges submerged along the Nairobi-Nakuru highway.
So maji hakuna mahali ya kwenda. Sasa maji hata ukiangalia biashara kama nyumba za yenyewe zimejaa maji. Hii daraja nayo imejaa maji. Sasa tunaomba tuangaliwe sana.
Also, Ruaka residents in Kiambu bore the brunt of the heavy downpour, with vehicles and houses partially submerged in water. Here, they are trying to salvage their belongings from their homes.
Wenye wako juu wako bado, lakini hizo wengine wa chini wameweza kuhama na bado ndio wanazidi kuhamisha vitu zao sahi.
In Mombasa, motorists were captured maneuvering flooded roads in Nyali, as pedestrians, on the other hand, sought help to cross the roads as footpaths were flooded. According to Kenya Meteorological Department, rainfall is expected to continue over several parts of the country. Heavy rainfall is likely to occur in some parts of the highlands east and west of the Rift Valley, the Lake Victoria Basin, the Rift Valley, the southeastern lowlands, the coast, northwestern and northeastern Kenya. Fatma Bugu, NTV.
And well, away from that, it is difficult to imagine being born without an anal passage, or being born healthy, but then facing health complications that prevent you from being able to defecate through the anus. Unfortunately, this is the reality for individuals living with ostomy. This rare condition, often surrounded by myths and misconceptions, leading to division and stigma within families. Sadly, many women are blamed and even kicked out of their marital homes due to this diagnosis. Helen Aura explains more on The Heartbeat this evening.
The chirping of birds melodiously welcomed us to Ikigaine village in Nyeri County. At the break of dawn, we caught up with Grace Nyagode, who was preparing her 11-year-old son for school. Due to a rare condition, his large intestines nerves have collapsed, resulting in the need for a stoma, as he cannot excrete waste through his anus.
Nilimzaa na hiyo condition na amefanywa surgery mingi sana kama 6 bila kukua successful. Karudi tena hosi. Daktari kutuona ni sisi tu wale tu, wakaniambia hii shinda inaisha, ikirundi tutakutuma Kenyatta. Ataenda atimbiwe bila kufanyiwa operation. Hapo ndio tulipatana na daktari hapo kabla ya tutoke huko PGH. Tukapatana na daktari mwenye alituelezea hii shida inaletango koloni zake zikiwa ikimekaa hivi inaesaleta hii shida.
After a surgery that didn't solve the issue, the doctors prescribed medication to soften his stool. But the child's body couldn't push the stool due to inactive nerves.
Kurudi tena ndio alimpiga pisha, ikaonekana bado kuna mahali imejikuja. Sasa wakasema hiyo tena atakuwa nitanunua chuma, akuwa akifanywa na chuma huku nyuma ifungue, afanywe dilatation. Iliingisha hiyo chuma, ilikuwa inaingia kandogo tu, haikuwa ikienda through. Nikaogopa juu aliniambia nikiingisha nisiingishe kabisa, nisisukume juu sijui nitasukuma nini. Sasa kumweka ilikuwa kungangana kabisa. Juu nilimweka alikuwa anapiga duru huku, watu wanajaa huku akiniuliza ni nini nafanya mtoto.
Due to the doctor's strike, her child could not get full medical attention, and she did not have funds to go to a private facility. There was no follow-up. As much as he tries to have an ordinary life like the rest of the children, he cannot engage in all sporting activities.
Kuna marafiki wengine wananitenga na wanasikia vibaya sababu wengine watu wanacheza na wao na wengine wanakatanga kucheza na mimi. Sasa vibaya.
They have understood it, they have appreciated his condition, and we've not had any case again of them coming in and that one. Although, you know, kids are still kids. You'll find them at some point trying to avoid him.
While Grace puts on a strong front, striving to go on about her day, she often finds herself in deep thoughts due to her son's condition, wondering if things could be different. This is now the routine before and after school. She is the one who has to ensure she cleans his stomach and gently applies petroleum jelly to reduce the chances of inflammation or irritation. In Dandora Estate in Nairobi County, we met with Rose Atieno in her one-bedroom house, where she lives with her parents and 2 children. We found her gently tending to her 3-year-old son, who is also ailing from the same condition as Peter, Grace's son. Her child was born healthy, but a complication altered his life at just 3 weeks. And due to some cultural myths and misconceptions, she was pushed to the wall.
Wanasema ni usiku ati macho mbaya, unajua tu watu waongea. Nikaekwa kwa dawa za kienyeji za kumosha, unasoka unamosha nayo, zingine unampea na kunywa. Nikaambiwa ni chira, hiyo ni ya kwanza. Ya pili nikaambiwa ya kuosha tumbo. Zingine mtu amekuangalia macho mbaya, sio kunyonyesha mtoto miguu mnyonyesha nje, ukamwangalia macho mbaya. Amerogwa, mpeleke kwa mtu wa kuomba, ati atatolewa mguu za kuku kwa tumbo ama mawe. Hizo zote tumefanya lakini hakuna kenye nasaidia.
Atieno's child has undergone 6 surgeries, but unfortunately none of them have been successful. She does menial jobs and relies on the Stoma Society to obtain stoma bags for her child. Sometimes, when she cannot get a stoma bag, she has to use old clothes or lessers to cover her child's stoma.
Ndo akaenda akafanywa pull through, akashonwa kutoka hapa mpaka huku chini, wakati hiyo place iko imeharibika. Before hata tu dischargewe tena complication ikakama up. Place huku maliko heal iliji interlock, ilijifunga. Tena akarudishwa theater mara ya pili in a week. Tena ikafunguliwa, stitches zilifunguliwa, akafanywa tena operation ikafungwa tena. So alisema with time kama ita heal juu ni ugonjwa yenye inaweza rioka. Wajua kama place yote nerves iko inaweza the more na grow the more zinakuwa kubwa zinaweza kosa kukua arudi tena operation. But asipokuwa atarudishwa operation ya mwisho arudishwe normal.
The love a mother has for her child is unmatched, and these 2 mothers have gone to great lengths to ensure their children receive the proper medical treatment. Now, their fate rests in the hands of the doctors who will eventually perform the necessary surgeries. Despite having other healthy children, Nyagodie has carried the burden of her sick child's illness, which she says has negatively affected her marriage. The plight of children living with ostomy is one that is often a hush-hush topic in communities, as many parents and children alike face social stigma due to their condition. It is the hope that these mothers have, they say, that keeps them moving, that one day their children will be well. Helen Aura, NTV.
All right, and time to take our first break here on NTV Tonight. We have plenty lined up for you. Stay with us.
Imperfections, blackheads. Try Garnier's Pure Active 3-in-1 Charcoal, powered by salicylic acid and purified charcoal to reduce pimple-causing germs by 99.5%. One product, 3 uses for a pure skin. Garnier Pure Active 3-in-1 Charcoal, #1 in South Africa, by Garnier Naturally.
Maswali gani tena? Kama ni mapri, ndio hii Toyota High Ace. Na kama ni mshindi, ni wewe mchezaji wa Lucky Game. Kama ni nambari za kucheza, dial *570 hash. Na kama ni namna ya kushinda kwa urahisi, cheza Lucky Game mara kadhaa ili kuongeza your entry tickets kwenye draw. Na kama ni siku ya kutangaza mshindi ni 5th of May. Swali gani tena? Dial *570 hash. Cheza Lucky Game. Vuka na hii mapri.
Has done the unthinkable.
Today, everyone knows me for my victories. Only I know how much I had to try. I got silver, bronze, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. How you deal with pain and setbacks makes you who you are. I choose to accept that I am human. I choose to test myself and stand up when I was down, again and again. Then I realized I wasn't giving myself a challenge big enough, a dream big enough to inspire not just me, but every fellow human. I was limiting myself by what I thought I could do, so I became unlimited. I chose to run the biggest race that man could run. And I challenged myself to do it faster than anyone had done it before. Everything changes when you choose to be unlimited.
To be unlimited, call 0800 724 724.
Warembo, ni nini muhimu kwenu mnaponunua body lotion?
Smoothness, scent, glow.
Nunua Nice and Lovely body lotion. Inai-transform dry skin kuwa deeply nourished na kui-smoothed. Na fragrance nayo, wacha tu.
Now available in the 850 ml pack.
Chagua Kenya's #1 body lotion.
Jenny, what are you up to at this time?
I'm just doing this for my friends at school who do not have lunch.
You should have told me.
When your kids learn from you, you're giving them a great start. Prestige Margarine. It all starts with a great start. Now comes in the original and vanilla flavor.
Maswali gani tena? Kama ni mapri, ndio hii Toyota Hi-Ace. Na kama ni mshindi, ni wewe mchezaji wa Lucky Game. Kama ni nambari za kucheza, dial *570 hash. Na kama ni namna ya kushinda kwa urahisi, cheza Lucky Game mara kadhaa ili kuongeza your entry tickets kwenye draw. Na kama ni siku ya kutangaza mshindi ni 5th of May. Swali gani tena? Dial *570 hash. Cheza Lucky Game. Vuka na hii mapri.
People come to me and they say they get discomfort when they have ice cream. Can you imagine that? Avoiding having cold ice cream. Sensodyne gives you long-lasting protections against sensitivity. And people come in and they're like, oh, it works. I can have ice cream and I'm not in any discomfort. I recommend Sensodyne because it works. It's brilliant.
Haya, kabla tuombe, mnajua fine ya kuchelewa kawaida ni 1000. Will brother.
Na sauti sina.
Madam.
Bahati ya mwenzio uliambwata. Cash reward yangu kutoka M-Cop Cash imeingia. Kwani hamjui kuhusu Sinda Cash na M-Cop Cash? Ukilipa bill zako na M-Cop Cash, Cash reward ya 1000 inaweza kukukodolea macho.
Lipa bills kama vile
We can't wait to hear your story. No story is too big or too small. Build your story with an Absa One account. Earn 10% interest per annum on your savings. Download the Absa Kenya app to open an account. Your story matters.
You betrayed me and you were going to pay for that.
But I didn't want to betray you. They found out.
You liar. I heard you telling Natalia you want to see me locked up.
He took Mrs. Carmen's daughters as his hostage, Bridget and Natalia.
Who knows how this is going to end? Look, the fact is that if Rodrigo finds that out, the girls' lives will definitely be at risk.
Tell that to the captain.
Head over heels.
I tried looking out for you, bro. Hey, you see now? How's the hot bud? Look now, it's burning.
Do not hold back in any situation. Eno gets to work on the 6 symptoms of heartburn fast.
You do know you said all of that out loud, right?
If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
If you want to be free and live like a child again, why stress about germs? Everyday use of Dettol keeps my loved ones protected.
Welcome back to the broadcast. You're watching NTV Tonight. Now, 2 young men who were caught on camera hanging dangerously on a speeding Mercedes-Benz will be placed in custody, awaiting a probation report on pre-sentencing. The 2 pleaded guilty to the charges, not guilty, I beg your pardon, to the charges of riding in a dangerous position and will appear in court on the 29th of April for sentencing. Martin Mwangi has this story and more from the corridors of justice.
The 2 young men, Peleg Mosongo Monari and Peter Igado Agri, filmed riding dangerously on a moving vehicle, were on Tuesday arraigned before Nairobi Traffic Court, where they pleaded guilty to the charges. In mitigation, Peter Igado told the court that he only did it because he was excited to ride in a Mercedes-Benz for the first time and that he did not know that riding in such a position is dangerous. The magistrate ordered that both be placed in custody to await a probation report on pre-sentencing and will appear in court on 29th of April for the sentencing. Elsewhere, the Milimani Anti-Corruption Court has issued summons to 7 people co-accused with former Governor Mwangi Wairia with stealing 140 million shillings from Murang'a County government. The summons were issued after the prosecution made an application stating that the High Court order barring the arrest of former governor and 2 of his family members did not cover the 7 co-accused. They are set to appear at the Anti-Corruption Court on 29th April for plea taking. And in Murang'a town, 6 members of the Murang'a County Assembly have recorded statements at the Murang'a police station, being part of the ongoing investigations following a scuffle that ensued at the county assembly on Tuesday last week. Murang'a MCAs went on a rampage and destroyed furniture in the clerk's office and the reception as they complained of delayed salaries. Martin Mwangi, NTV.
Now, stakeholders in the health sector are now urging the government to increase funding and sensitization on mental health, and this follows an increase in mental health cases among learners. Speaking during a mental health stakeholders meeting that involved the Catholic Church, the CEO of the Chiromo Mental Hospital, Dr. Vincent Hongo, who said that the suicide rate in the country is now quite alarming, more so due to increased cases of depression. He further noted that mental illness is also prominent in education facilities, affecting students and teachers. Dr. Hongo says there is need to encourage the affected parties to go for counseling so as to get the medical attention they need.
Suicide is the second leading cause of death amongst these adolescents and young learners. The challenges of substance use disorders, the addiction relating to internet use is disturbing the learning within these learning institutions. The Catholic institution KCCB has worked with other partners, many partners, to ensure that we have a very safe, mentally healthy learning environment.
And while in our business news this evening, the government is looking to grant for a grant of up to 50 billion shillings from the German government to boost the e-mobility sector by increasing the number of electric vehicle chargers across the nation. This will in turn ease the transition from fuel-powered to electric vehicles between now and 2028. These are some of the key factors discussed at the Kenya Power and Lighting Company e-mobility conference in Nairobi. Nina Shaban has more.
As the world moves towards electrical mobility, Kenya has not been left behind. There are 3,000 electric vehicles across the nation currently, accounting for 1.6% of the number of registered vehicles in the country by the end of the year 2023.
The vehicle is not even, there is no sound, smooth, or even when you're turning the steering wheel, it's very light.
The government is now moving even further by seeking to acquire a grant of 50 billion shillings across the next 3 years from the German government to boost the sector. According to the Principal Secretary for Energy, Alex Kamau, the funds will contribute in financing local manufacturers in the sector.
Probably one of the areas that we need to increase uptake is looking to financing some of the infrastructure projects, and especially last mile for those who are manufacturing these motorcycles and batteries and what have you, and the vehicles.
This move comes after KPLC pledged to invest 258 million shillings buying the vehicles and setting up the related infrastructure to boost the uptake of e-mobility in the next 3 years. Meanwhile, manufacturers such as Basigo, an e-mobility firm dealing with public transportation, are looking forward to the finance bill, hoping to see more incentives that will be in their favor, as they have received orders for 500 buses from Public Service Vehicles (PSV) operators in Nairobi, boosting the firm's expansion plans.
We have what you call an e-mobility tariff. An e-mobility tariff gives us almost half as much the price per kilowatt hour for electricity. Like, it will be easier, it will be cheaper to charge a bus than to use electricity to watch TV. That is how much incentive the government extended to us. And then when you come at night, between 11 p.m. and 5 a.m., they give us the price of electricity, half that price, at 8 shillings per kilowatt hour. So that is what we want, more of those incentives into the finance bill to see. We're also looking now, extending now to manufacturing.
Further, assemblers are urging the government to prioritize tariff reviews that take place once in 3 years. They instead would appreciate a review in a shorter span to lessen their expenses.
Should there be a serious need into the review, probably we can look into the law and look into the issue and see whether it is feasible to have a review before the year 2026. But as at now, following the Energy Act 2019, the next tariff review is in the year 2026.
On the question of whether the national electricity grid will sustain the ambition, the government is focusing on improving what KETRACO has, considering they are in charge of the high voltage wires that are essential for EV project to succeed.
Right now we've got capacity to produce 3,000 megawatt hours. We anticipate if people go into EV, you're going to have highs of even up to 4,000, 5,000 megawatt hours being consumed in terms of electricity. Now, the big idea is to have this consumed when it's off peak rather than during the day when there's a lot of demand.
Additionally, the cabinet recently rallied the private sector to come in with large investments to ensure the grid is robust. Nina Shaban, NTV.
All right, thanks, Nina. We're going to take another break. We'll be back with some sports news.
Dark marks keep coming back. Any tips? Double the vitamin C power. New Garnier Vitamin C Day and Night Serums. Daily with the #1 vitamin C serum to correct dark marks. At night, new 10% vitamin C serum to help prevent their reappearance. Together, twice as fast dark mark reduction. The power duo. New Garnier Vitamin C Day and Night Serums. By Garnier, naturally.
Unapocheza Loto Moto, ni wengi wanasaidika. Na ni kwa sababu yako wengi wasiojiweza wananufaika. Na kwako wewe mchezaji, unajipatia fursa ya kujishindia Toyota Hiace ambaye namtangaza mshindi on the 5th of May. Zidi kucheza Loto Moto, zidi kucheza Lucky Game na uzidi kusaidia jamii ya wasiojiweza kwa ujumla. Matrindi huyu hapa na anakugoja. Dial *524#. Chagua option namba 4 na ujiingize katika draw ya kuvuka namba 3. Mshindi tunamtangaza 5th of May. Dial *524#. Chagua option namba 4. Cheza Lucky Game na tunakuhakikishia ushindi na bahati yako itakufikia mahali popote ulipo. Kumbuka kucheza ni *524#.
Taking pride in constructing tomorrow's skylines. Adding strength to Kenya's landmarks. Presenting the power for specialized constructions. Cementing the nation's future. Simba Cement, the strength and pride of Kenya.
Warembo, ni nini muhimu kwenu mnaponunua body lotion?
Smoothness, scent, glow.
Nunua Nice and Lovely body lotion. Inai-transform dry skin kuwa deeply nourished na kui-smoothed. Na fragrance nayo, wacha tu.
Now available in the 850 ml pack.
Chagua Kenya's #1 body lotion.
I'm sure you're wondering why USIU. The reason why you're coming here is not because you're just getting a degree. You're getting to experience USIU.
It ain't easy to be tough, to stand tall when your legs are about to give up. But being tough is the only option. I am a toughie.
Bata Toughies. Durable and comfortable shoes to match your inner toughness.
Don't let dark marks break your confidence. Let your melanin glow.
New innovation, L'Oreal Paris Glycolic Bright Serum. Validated with dermatologists. Inspired by peeling procedures. Powered by glycolic acid. Acts deep and fast to reduce 5 years of dark marks in 2 weeks.
Glowing, even-toned skin for you.
New Glycolic Bright Serum. An innovation by L'Oreal Paris.
We're worth it.
If you want to be free and live like a child again, why stress about germs? If you must worry, then worry about winning. Why worry about germs? When you come home, bring tales and stories. Why bringing germs?
Shield your families from germs. When Dettol is a part of every household bucket, then you and your family can stay protected from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Everyday use of Dettol keeps my loved ones protected.
Dark marks keep coming back. Any tips? Double the vitamin C power. New Garnier Vitamin C Day and Night Serums. Daily with the #1 Vitamin C Serum to correct dark marks. At night, new 10% Vitamin C Serum to help prevent their reappearance. Together, twice as fast dark mark reduction. The Power Duo. New Garnier Vitamin C Day and Night Serums. By Garnier, naturally.
NTV Sports News in association with Nivea Men Deep Impact Body Lotion.
All right, welcome back to the bulletin. You're watching NTV Tonight. Now, Sharon Jepchumba returns to the KCB women's volleyball team as Deborah Jesang makes a debut at the big stage as the former African champions return to the continental stage at the 45th edition of the African Volleyball Club Championship, slated for April 24th to the 5th of May in Cairo, Egypt. The Bankers, who last won the competition in 2022 after a 3-1 victory over Egypt's Al Ahly, finished 5th in last year's competition after a 3-2 loss in the round of 16 against Algeria's club in Tunisia.
The captain of the team, let's clap for them as they shake hands, officially handing over the flag to the team.
Royal Knicks are the winners of the inaugural Casa Capital Mara Squash League after humbling Tuskers on the tee by 4 games to 1 on the final played at Braeburn School. In the semi-finals, Royal Knicks were in imperious form as they cruised into the finals with a 4-1 win, beating Faye Super Knicks nil to become the first finalist, as Tuskers also had a close game with Apex Alpha Apes, but managed to squeeze through ranks to their 3-2 win. And Team Lac and Hookies are the winners of the Red Bull Half-Court Eldoret qualifiers after emerging victorious in their respective finals at the Eldoret Sports Club. Team Lac dispatched Team Wednesday in the men's final, with the latter winning 20-12. In the women's final, it was also a one-sided affair as Hookies streamrolled Kickers 14-4 to be crowned the Queens of Eldoret.
NTV Sports News in association with Nivea Men Deep Impact Body Lotion.
For an exclusive 3-time skin effect, try Nivea Men Deep powered by black carbon for 48-hour deep moisture, a fresh skin feel, and a long-lasting masculine fragrance. Try Nivea Men Deep Roll-On for 72-hour antibacterial sweat protection.
All right, that's a wrap on sports news, but don't go away, because after this break, it will be 12 minutes. And on 12 minutes this evening, we'll be having a look at the story of 3 amputees journeying this life through dance performance. Quite interesting. You'd like to hear that story. My name is Zainab Ismail. On the sign language interpretation bit is David Agondoa. Have yourself a good evening.
This is NTV.
Kuna 1.1 million Kenyan shillings mahali hapa, yote ndani ya shamba hili, na tarehe 28 mwezi huu wa Aprili draw ya kujishindia shamba hili inafanyika. Unaitaka? Dial star 570 hash, chagua option ya kuvuka na chake pekee, cheza mara kadhaa, imarisha ushindi wako kwa kujaza tiketi zako kwenye draw. Title deed yako tunaitransfer papa hapa. Plot yako iko kwenye star 570 hash, kalamu yako ya sahihi ndio hii na makasi yako ndio hii. Buka na shake!
Dark marks keep coming back. Any tips? Double the vitamin C power. New Garnier Vitamin C Day and Night Serums. Daily with the #1 Vitamin C serum to correct dark marks. At night, new 10% Vitamin C serum to help prevent their reappearance. Together, twice as fast dark mark reduction. The Power Duo. New Garnier Vitamin C Day and Night Serums. By Garnier, naturally.
It ain't easy to be tough, to stand tall when your legs are about to give up. But being tough is the only option. I am a toughie.
Bata Toughies. Durable and comfortable shoes to match your inner toughness.
Bringing families together with love to honor cultural traditions with great taste. This Ramadan, celebrate the moments and meals that bring us together. Wishing you peace, joy and unity. Ramadan Kareem.
For an exclusive 3-time skin effect, try Nivea Men Deep powered by black carbon. For 48-hour deep moisture, a fresh skin feel, and a long-lasting masculine fragrance. Make an impact with Nivea Men Deep Impact Body Lotion. Try Nivea Men Deep Roll-On for 72-hour antibacterial sweat protection.
Everyone can be an expert in his or her field. You can be an expert in all analytics. You know who will be the next star of the season. You can be an expert in all matches. You are an expert in statistics or people's opinions. 1xBet will help you show your expertise. Express yourself. You're the expert.
This is NTV. This is NTV.
In a world where dreams are the currency of the brave, she dared to take the path less traveled. She's not just a name in the crowd, but a force to reckon with. She has conquered every obstacle to realize the goal. It's not just about her success, it's about the impact she brings to the society. Nominate a deserving woman or yourself today for the Business Daily Top 40 Under 40 Women 2024. Visit top40.bdafrica.com. Nomination close on 3rd May 2024.
My goodness, it hurts so much. I don't want to die, Natalia. Please, you have to help me.
You're going to be all right. We're getting out of here. Shh, just breathe. Just breathe,
Natalia. Forgive me for everything. I want you to forgive me. Please forgive me.
We've lost him.
No, he cannot die. No.
We need to let him go. We did everything we could for him.
Head over heels.
I am a toughie.
Bata Toughies. Durable and comfortable shoes to match your inner toughness.
Paukwa.
Pakawa.
Pakua pakua.
Ya NTV. Tangu mwaka 1999.
pakulia. Sana sana tulichokitaka.
Imeenda. Sasa mapishi ni yako.
Tukutane shambani.
Tupime na tuzime maradhi. Tukupe shime.
Tukiziba mashimo.
Jumatatu ni mizani.
Jumanne ni maisha sasa.
Na Jumatano ni afya yako.
Alhamis ni mduara.
Na kila Ijumaa ni vile tunaifeel.
Hadi uchechemue. Chechemua ki Masogora.
Na Jumamosi ni Masogora.
Jumapili
NTV ya kuletea.
Hii ni NTV mpya. NTV yako. Tunakusikiza.
Apply now and begin your journey to transformative leadership in your area of training. Simply log on to www.parkuniversity.ac.ke.
Park University, where leaders are made.
Everyone can be an expert in his or her field. You can be an expert in all analytics. You know who will be the next star of the season. You can be an expert in all matches. You're an expert in statistics or people's opinions. 1xBet will help you show your expertise. Express yourself. You're the expert.
Imperfections, blackheads. Try Garnier's Pure Active 3-in-1 Charcoal, powered by salicylic acid and purified charcoal to reduce pimple-causing germs by 99.5%. One product, 3 uses for a pure skin. Garnier Pure Active 3-in-1 Charcoal, #1 in South Africa, by Garnier Naturally.
This is indeed a walk for a brighter future. Every stride raises funds for the Alumni Scholarship Fund, a beacon of hope for deserving students in need.
This is NTV.
Hi, my name is Judith Ajoa.
My name is Consolata.
My name is Carolina. My name is Magdalene Chisoli. And this is my story of how losing my leg did not stop me from dancing in 12 minutes.
I was 22, almost going to 23. I had opened a small cafe. It's a business. And then I used to go every Sunday to go and pick the stocks for opening a new week. So as I was shopping now on my way back, that's where the accident happened. Unfortunately, a car came from the wrong side when I was on a motorcycle. And then it was an hit and run case. The driver died there, and then I tried to save myself. I went to the nearest hospital where the accident occurred. They had a lot of complication. I went to the second hospital. Now the second hospital, I went to two theaters. And then lastly, I went to Kenyatta National Hospital, whereby the first day when I went to theater, they told me my bone from here to here is dead. I have developed an infection, and that infection is targeting to reach at the heart. It's going to kill me. So I have to choose, either I die or I amputate my leg. I chose amputation because I was very positive and strong. I knew I will deal with life afterwards.
I started living with a prosthesis in 2009, but my amputation was done in 2005 when I was diagnosed with osteomyelitis. So it's a bone infection. Osteomyelitis is a bone infection. So after that, because the condition could not be salvaged, like it couldn't be treated, and it was going to turn into cancerous, that is when we decided on amputation.
We were seated somewhere on a ground watching football, me and my friend. So a driver came out of nowhere. He was drunk, and he just ran over me. How he didn't run over this leg, I don't know how. And then I was taken to KNH. I think my leg was completely broken, so they just amputated it. So mine is congenital. By congenital, I mean I was born like that. So I don't know how it feels like to walk on both legs. And, you know, growing up, I would even ask, you know, my parents, my siblings, like, how come I'm different? Or does it mean that God does not love me? How come I'm the only person, you know, from my mother's side, from my father's side, who has like a challenge? And it really took a toll on me. I developed, you know, self-esteem issues. I could hide my limp. I never wanted anyone to see my limp at all, or even ask me, like, what happened to you?
Don't give up on yourself. It's too late in the hour. You gotta keep moving.
It's never easy. You start again walking. You know, it's not a leg that I used to walk with. It's a prosthetic leg. So I took time, and then I adapted to my first prosthetic leg, and then with time, I went to the second prosthetic leg now, this one that I am using right now. It's a firstborn thing. We are always responsible, very strong, and, you know, we are like parents. Yeah, so I think that thing has encouraged me, and from the beginning, I've always been positive and very strong from the family I come from. It's not easy, but I've survived. I've conquered. Yeah.
After my accident, 1 month later, I lost my mom. So, like, I'm an amputee, and I'm an orphan because my mom was a single mom. So, like, I think I was given a lot of things to deal with. So I didn't deal with my disability right away. So for the longest time, I kept hiding, and I never spoke about it until last year, maybe. That's when I started talking about that.
People stare at the leg a lot. Yeah, but at first, you have to work on the confidence and how people are going to react. You're supposed to know you are okay with it, because if they see a problem, it's not you, it's them. You're not the problem. Just accepting that your body is different and you love it the way it is, and you won't mind when they tell you anything because their opinion don't matter.
Just down here, everybody was like, so that's normal. You have to, as an amputee, you have to get used to the stairs, because even kids will be like, they'll stand, and normally if you're not used to, unaweza tegwa because it's not comfortable. Yeah. So it's something you have to get used to and tell yourself, yes, I know I'm different, and I know there's something different that people will need to look, so let them just look. We are all different. Even when it comes to, you know, your pair of shoes or even your outfit, they have to fit you a certain size. So for us, there are some steps that have to be taken in terms of measurements, in terms of fitting, to ensure that you have the right prosthetic. It's normally not easy to adapt, but with therapy and enough training, you get used to it. So mine took me around 1 year, and then different prostheses will come with different models and systems. So if you change your prosthesis, it means you will have to learn again on how to walk. Getting a prosthesis can either make you to decide on whether you need a prosthesis or you need a car, because prosthesis is very expensive in Kenya.
I have been in relationships, really amazing relationships. I've met men who feel sorry for me and they just want to date me because they feel sorry for me. I've also met men who, they want the perfect, girl. I appreciate all of them because I've been able to learn a lot about myself, been able to learn about a lot about, just relationships. And I would say it's been amazing and good things are coming ahead.
They used to irritate me because, like, you've seen me, I'm pretty. The first thing you'll ask, what happened to your leg? I mean, I find it rude. Okay, I was not polite. At least you don't ask right away. You can ask, but not right away. Try to know the person first, then later on ask.
Yeah, the public should know that prosthetic user, if you want to assist them, you need to ask for their permission, because not all prosthetic users need help. Of course, we might need help, but not all the time. For me, I dress on anything I want. Like, I'm free to wear anything, either short or even long, but today I just chose the jumpsuit.
Sneakers are more comfortable, but you can put on anything. You can have heels. They just have to do some adjustment on the foot. Coming to terms with what happened, it took me so long because at that time, I had never met anyone. I had never met an amputee. So I was like, am I the only one? So I was scrolling through Instagram. I saw Consolata.
The way you inspire someone online, they inbox you, and then you decide to meet because you have the same case. And then all of a sudden, you become ambassadors of this leg called Cycle Leg. And that's how the journey began. Right now, we are family.
And also just being in a community, you network, you interact, you even learn a lot from them, and you become a better dancer, become a better person in the society, and just live life nobly.
Baby, just bend down, pause. Baby, just bend down, bend down, bend down, bend down, bend down, bend down, pause.
It's only my, siblings and my cousins who knew that I could dance. But me doing that in public was a no thing to do. However, now it's something I can do. Just a few weeks ago, I was privileged to be invited by a team to do the Kizomba dance. And it was quite amazing. It was something I was doing for the first time, and I hope to continue doing.
It makes you feel like, I can do this. I can do what the normal people can do.
It improves my self-esteem. Like when you dance, at least you feel like there is something else you can do as a prosthetic user, apart from just walking.
Just work on self-acceptance and self-embracement, and then a positive attitude. You will be good. Don't mind what they say. They'll stare. Walking with a prosthetic leg is not normal. But we are about to change that narrative.
It took me more than 10 years to accept myself. And I'm so happy I did, because it gives you some freedom. You don't have to hide. I'm glad to meet people like me. I'm happy what other amputees are doing on social media, because if it wasn't for what I saw my friends doing, I couldn't have gotten the courage to come out.
I would want to talk to a parent who has, a child who is an amputee, or even it could be an adult, a teenager. Support them. They need you, and you just cheering them on and telling them that, yes, you can. As much as you have this challenge, you are just like any other person. Be supportive of them, and you as an amputee, it's not easy, as one of us mentioned. We all have different journeys, but trust the process. Take one day at a time, and you will be where we are right now.
If you don't need permission to enter the street, yeah. Anyway, anyhow, say you go feel me.
I don't need talk and you go no feeling good.
This is NTV.
You betrayed me and you were going to pay for that.
But I didn't want to betray you. They found out.
You liar. I heard you telling Natalia you want to see me locked up.
He took Mrs. Carmen's daughters as his hostage, Bridget and Natalia.
Who knows how this is going to end? Look, the fact is that if Rodrigo finds that out, the girls' lives will definitely be at risk.
Tell that to the captain.
Head over heels.
I tried looking out for you, bro. Hey, you see now? How's the hot bud? Look now, it's burning.
Do not hold back in any situation. Eno gets to work on the 6 symptoms of heartburn fast.
You do know you said all of that out loud, right?
If symptoms persist, seek medical advice. Join us this Wednesday for a special panel discussion on the strides made in supporting women's economic empowerment in West Pokot through Climate Smart Agriculture project that has been transforming lives from 2020 to 2024. Tune in to NTV from 7:30 p.m. on April 24th as we delve into this groundbreaking initiative. Engage live with thought leaders and experts as they explore the transformative impact of gender-responsive climate-smart agriculture in rural communities. Discover how this project enhances women's involvement in agriculture, providing them with better access to resources and opportunities and strengthening their rights and ability to adapt to climate change. All this and more live on NTV, Wednesday, April 24th from 7:30 p.m.
This is NTV.
เอาอย่างเดียวแล้วกันนะใครก็เลือกหน่อยแล้วกันที่ไม่ใช่กะเพราสวัสดีครับเจเมื่อวานพี่ไมค์มาซ้อมเสียงตามสายใช่เพราะครูบอกไมค์มินว่าถ้าไมค์มินจะมาเย็นถ้ามีคนไปส่งครูก็โอเคใช่ผมเป็นครูสอนภาษาอังกฤษอยู่ที่โรงเรียนสตรีศรีสุริโยไทยกรุงเทพครับ
สวัสดีค่ะครูไอ
สวัสดีมาพร้อมแล้วใช่ไหม
พร้อมแล้วค่ะ หนูแบบเตรียมตัวมาตั้งแบบนั้น3 วัน
3 วันผมมีภารกิจคือจัดเสียงตามสายตอนเช้านะครับแต่ว่าไม่ได้พูดเองนะครับมันเป็นเหมือน English Morning Program ที่ให้นักเรียนเนี่ยมาจัดนะครับผมก็คอยเทรนซ้อมเด็กก่อนที่จะพูดนะครับ
Good morning everyone. Welcome to our English program again. As you know, yesterday was ASEAN Day. So today we are going to share interesting information about each country. In Indonesia, it is considered impolite to use left hand to receive a gift. Myanmar. In 2010, the Burmese government officially changed the nation flag. However,
ผมค่อนข้างภูมิใจเวลาเด็กๆเขาจัดมาหรือบางทีได้รับเสียงชื่นชมสปีดมากเลย เหมือนกลัวรายการหมดเวลาอะไรแต่โอเคนะสำเนียงได้ฟังชัดรถปลายต้อง8ทั้งหมดยืนครับ485868ยืนผมนะครับเป็นผู้พิการทางสายตาด้วยความที่คลอดก่อนกำหนดช่วงนั้นแล้วก็มีการเข้าตู้อบทำให้เรามองไม่เห็นแต่ว่าจริงๆพอเห็นแสงบ้างเล็กๆน้อยๆผมสอนมา6 ปีแล้วผมภูมิใจแน่นอนว่าเราได้มี